Who's behind door number 12? I don't shy away from anything that is authentic, no matter how messy it may be. The Prophet. Intent, articulation, influence. The Prophet is the ultimate wordsmith and master of communication. He has the potential to cut or empower you with his words that pierce through your heart and are immediately felt. The Prophet naturally discerns that which comes from the mind and that which comes from the heart. He discriminates between the real and the false and who and what is healthy. This discrimination can be pointed internally and or externally. Energetically, the Prophet powerfully plugs into source. He effortlessly channels and prophesies. He spotlights that which is not authentic and arbitrates between light and dark, bringing messages from each realm with potency and accuracy. He is passionate and deep in his expression, with all of the emotions and fire that art, creativity and beauty bring to humanity. In a world where talk is cheap, the Prophet carefully discerns what to share and what not to share. He chooses his words and messages wisely and is cautious about other people's understanding him clearly. His impact and influence comes through the tone and vibration of the voice, as much as through the words themselves. The Prophet is also the archetype of silence. He uses the auric power of silence to influence others. The Prophet has a close relationship to the medicine woman, archetype 33, and the comedian, archetype 56. These three archetypes see how humanity easily gets lost in the shadow of vanity, distraction, and forgetting what is essential for well-being and personal growth. They love showing their people more mindful ways of living where true enrichment and keeping the heart open, no matter what happens, are key. The Prophet is deeply associated with poetry, music, drama, and above all, with human love. The Prophet has an intimate connection to the invitation, archetype 22, and through their honest and heartfelt relating, they give voice to deep emotional truth that, when shared outside the relationship, has the potential to open other people's hearts. They role model that when you laugh or cry, you enter the sacred realm of transformation. The Prophet dares to dream, sometimes unrealistically, or fairer, more idealistic world. His best friend is the idealist, archetype number 11, who is a shamanic catalyst for transformation as he courageously plays with the archetypes of the underworld as well as the heavenly realms. The Prophet and the idealist are both deeply grounded in the integrity of truth, whether it is beautiful or ugly. His quotes are, "To me, authenticity is everything. I am grounded in the integrity of the truth. I am driven by the myth of true love. To discriminate is to know inherently what and who is healthy for you in life. When you laugh or cry, you enter the sacred realm of transformation. Idealism requires the balance of pragmatism and discrimination. Even the most evil of beings has at its core a shining pure heart, which means that in truth there is no evil. In language, purity becomes poetry. In thought, purity becomes essence. Only pure love can rupture the walls of a universe." His keywords are discernment, romanticism, abandon. His internal motivator, truth is what matters. His positive attributes are verbal impact, pure intention, heart-centeredness. His Achilles heel, can cut others with his words, can seem too cautious, melancholy that there is no one worth telling anything to. His daily mantra, I am divinely guided. I speak the perfect words from the purity of my heart. I radiate the beauty of who I am. My voice is heard and valued. My messages are potent and accurate. I know authenticity. My artist creations transform. The Gene Key shadow patterns, victim of the need for perfection, and its dilemma is aloneness. The Prophet can have a repressive nature, and then it's the elitist. Elitism is vanity working undercover. You may agree with others outwardly, but inwardly feel very differently from what you say. Often you refrain from making any comment at all, preferring to remain detached. This is the domain of the spiritually evolved, those few who have done a lot of work on themselves. Inwardly, you feel that you are clearer than most others around you, take great pride in being different or beyond any creed or system. Such vanity ensures that you can't make the leap that your inner being most longs for, the leap into permanent higher consciousness. The reactive nature is malicious. Malice stems from anger, which in turn stems from fear. You openly use your substantial vocal gifts to inflict pain on others. You usually feel put upon in some way and react maliciously without thinking about the damage of your words or actions. You really know how to push other people's buttons through the power of your voice. You can hurt people like no one else can. Your malice may not be permeated, but it is usually brutal and ends in disaster. In the I Ching, the 12 is about standing still and stagnation, about dealing with difficult situations where there seems to be no progress. The I Ching teaches in times of darkness and difficulty, tension and inner conflict, to disengage from the situation. From calm, clarity emerges. Where in your life, if any place, is there difficulty, inner conflict, tension? Is it hard to disengage? Easy? How do you disengage from the situation to realign with your inner truth and knowing? This hexagram teaches us to adjust our attitude. It teaches us to examine the constructs in place, ideas, thoughts, values, beliefs, when we become aware of the stagnation. What ideas, thoughts, value, beliefs, constructs have you taken as correct that are ready to be released? When the sun is shining on the 12, it brings light to stagnation in the world, in ourselves and in others. Where is stagnation in the world or in others an opportunity for you to realign with your inner truth? The 12 can mark crossroads in our lives. Are you at a place wondering what to do, where to go, how to progress? In thriving to find the answer, the ego tries to make things work to remain in control. How can you detach and continue on your journey? To patiently preserve in your life, knowing that the path will be revealed? How can you ground in the integrity of truth? How do you live your authenticity even in challenging times? How does your purity rupture the walls of the universe?